So guys, welcome back to the channel. Montel Gordon here, and in today's video we're going to be talking about routines and scheduling and structuring your life in order to accomplish your goals and that sort of stuff. So stay tuned for the video. So guys, if we actually take a look at some of the top performing people on this planet, you can all see that they actually all have some sort of schedule or routine down that they follow. I know that Elon Musk actually plans his days out. I believe it's like every 5 minutes in like 5-minute intervals. Everybody's got their own routine. Everybody's, you know, different. So take mine with a grain of salt, and obviously you're gonna have to kind of develop yours over a period of time. Just keep testing stuff out and see what works for you. But I've kind of got mine down now, and I've actually been sticking to it for a long time, except from when I've actually changed my wake up time from 5:30 to 6:30 a.m. So before I get into my morning routine, I kind of have to break down what's happening in my night routine, because the night routine leads onto the morning routine. So around 9:30 I kind of finish work, so I normally try to finish around 9:30ish. I then basically track all my goals, so like all the stuff I've done that day, how much outreach I've done that day. So after tracking all my goals and writing down all my progress for that day, I'll then actually plan tomorrow for today. So I'll actually plan tomorrow on my actual night. So when it's nighttime around 9 a.m, I'll actually plan what I'm doing tomorrow, so when I wake up I don't have to think about anything. And that's kind of like the flow I like to go in, which you'll see in a second. I actually don't like thinking about stuff in the morning. After I've done that around 9:30, I jump in the shower. I actually put on some music, some lo-fi hip-hop music I actually find on YouTube. I think the channel's called like Chilled Cow. I think it's actually called Chilled Cow. So I'll actually just put on some lo-fi chill hop and just let that play while I'm in the shower. Then I jump out the shower. I actually go downstairs to eat. Now this is why I changed my actual routine from 5:30 wake up to 6:30 wake up. I noticed that I was eating dinner a bit too late, and because I was eating dinner too late, it was kind of fucking up my blood sugar levels when I was going to bed, and I was struggling to get a full night's rest, and I was like waking up in the middle of the night and stuff like that. I wake up an hour later so I can actually eat around the same time, but then go to bed like an hour later, so it actually has time to digest and stuff like that. I then will just put something on to watch or something like that, just relax, completely unplug. Like I said, the day's planned. I also then what I call set up my system. So I'll actually because I've started working out in the mornings these days now, I've actually been quite consistent with that. It's what I've been trying to, I mean, not going to the gym, but actually doing home workouts. So what I'll do is I'll actually pull out some shorts from my wardrobe from behind me, fold them up, fold up my boxer shorts, fold up my socks and stuff like that, my t-shirt. So I'll fold up my workout clothes, put them on this chair that I'm sitting on, and then I'll actually get my actual clothes that I'm wearing for the next day out as well, and I'll fold those out, and then I'll just hang them on the back of this chair. So in the morning when I wake up, which I'm gonna dive into now, I'll just go through my morning routine and everything is slick. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that when I'm actually going downstairs to go eat my dinner, I'll actually go and set up my morning tea. So what I like to do is I grab a teacup out of the cupboard, such a British thing to say. put a tea bag in the actual cup or mug or whatever you want to call it. Then I'll put some sugar in there. Then I'll put a plate on top. Then I'll get some supplements out, so some like vitamin D, calcium, stuff like that, vitamin C stuff. Then I'll put them on top of the plate, so I'll have the plate sat on top of the cup, and then I'll just put a knife and a spoon on top of that. So that's what I do at the night. Then I go to bed and try to sleep at around 11 p.m. Wake up at 6:30, hopefully feeling refreshed. I always have a bottle of water filled to the brim on that little cupboard thing or whatever you want to call it. As soon as I wake up, I aim to put my feet on the floor within the first 2 minutes or first minute, and that just kind of encourages me to, you know, get up, because it's like I've noticed that if you trick yourself into waking up. You will actually wake up, because I used to struggle with waking up, but then I've been doing it quite consistently now for over a year. I used to wake up at like 5:30 like a year ago, so right now it's not really a problem to me. Kind of get used to it. You kind of want to get used to it as well, because it's actually quite life-changing. I believe it gives you so much more energy. So wake up at 6:30. I kind of do miss my 5:30 wake-ups. It's just, I guess it's more of an egotistic thing. Logically, it makes more sense for me to wake up at 6:30 than it does 5:30, but 5:30 just sounds better, like saying, oh yeah, I'll wake up at 5:30. If you're beginning, this is a tip I recommend for you. If you're tired, just say to yourself, okay Montel, I'm awake now at this stupid time in the morning. I'm just gonna put my feet on the floor, and if I'm still feeling tired, I promise you can go back to sleep. So I'll do that, and then if I'm still tired, I'll just trick myself again, saying, okay, I know you're tired, but just take a sip of that water, man. Just look at that water, it looks good, right? Just take a sip. So I grab the water, I start drinking it, and then by the time I finish that water, I'm kind of feeling revitalized. And if I'm still drungy, I'll just go downstairs and say, hey, all right then, make yourself a tea. If you're still tired after this tea, you can definitely go to bed. And then by that time, I'm literally awake anyway, so there's no point. So after I've actually made my toast and tea, which is around 6:40, 6:50-ish, I'm back up here around 6:50. Like I said, I don't have to actually make anything. I just turn the kettle on, and as I'm walking downstairs, I do my little Instagram video. If you guys follow me on Instagram, if you don't, links in the description. So after I've actually made my tea, I come back upstairs about 6:50. I log onto my computer. I then open the book I'm reading for that day, and I put on some rain noises and put my headphones on my head and listen to rain noises while I'm actually reading my book. Right now I'm reading Influence. I think it's called Influence, The Power of Persuasion, or something like that. I'm not too sure what the actual book name's called. So after I've read for about 45 minutes, it's usually around 7:45. That's what I kind of aim for. So at 7:45, I'll stop reading. Then I'll get up and start like warming up for my workout. So I'll warm up for like 5 minutes. Then I'll stretch for like 10 minutes, and then I'll do a 20-minute workout, like just using my own body weight and stuff like this in my room. We've actually just ordered and been delivered a power tower, so I'm not sure if you know what that is. It's like a pull-up bar and stuff like that. You can do dips on it and shit like that. So I'm gonna start using that, but I've not actually got around to using it yet. It's only been here like 2 days or something like that, so I'm actually gonna start using that. So after I've worked out, it's around 8:20-ish, something like that. I aim to finish at 8:20. Then I go jump in the shower. So while I'm in the shower, I'll actually blast myself for 1 minute of hot water, and then I'll turn the shower all the way freezing cold, because I've been listening to too much Wim Hof. If you don't know who Wim Hof is, he's basically the Iceman, and it's basically actually helped me with my health anxiety, surprisingly. Well, not surprisingly, it's kind of what I did it for, but I basically like to put myself under, in the mornings, I kind of like to put myself under, you know, pressure, some sort of stress. I want it to be strenuous and grueling, so that my days actually feel easy. So if you think I'm dreading my work, I'm actually dreading my morning. So after the mornings like completed, it's like a downhill stroll from there. So it's kind of like a mental trick again. I like to actually make my mornings so hard that it makes my work feel like light work. So I'll actually go in the shower, blast myself with hot water for a minute, not obviously boiling hot, just normal temperature, I guess, and then I'll turn it all the way freezing cold, and then I'll do that for 3 minutes. I'll just sit there, well, not sit there, just stand there and just kind of just listening. I'll just kind of listen to my brain tell myself, it's fucking freezing, it's fucking freezing, turn the water back hot, turn the water back hot. And it's kind of like training yourself. So it's like you actually have to step out of your body. So it's like playing GTA. If you've ever played like a GTA game or a Sims game where you look at yourself from a third-person view, it's a little mental trick I actually learned from Wim Hof himself and Sam Ovens, where it's kind of like you take yourself out of yourself and you look down at yourself as like a character, and you're just watching them just like in pain, but enduring that pain. Because I know that with entrepreneurship, it's as Dan Locke would actually say, the number one characteristic of an entrepreneur is the ability to endure long periods of pain. So that's kind of why I did that. It's kind of like a mental training thing. So after I jump out the shower, it's normally around 8:30. So then I will actually brush my teeth, get dressed, listen to some music, stuff like that. Get pumped for the day. Not too pumped. I'm just kind of warming up. Then I'll actually sit at this computer at around 8:45. Then I'll actually put my headphones in and listen to some sort of meditation and some sort of meditation, guided meditation, and actually meditate for 15 minutes. And then I'll get into my first work block at 9 a.m. on the dot is what I aim for every single day. And I actually work in 4-hour blocks. So I work for 4 hours, go to lunch, then work for another 4 hours. Normally the second block's actually around 2, so I noticed that I'm trying to cut it down to, so I work around 6 hours a day, but it's intense 6 hours. Where instead of working like 12 hours a day and doing the exact same work, so I'm actually trying to do double. I'm actually trying to do the same but in half the time basically. I'm trying to be more productive. So what I do is I'll actually work from 9 a.m. To 2 p.m. And I know that's obviously 5 hours, but each hour I work, so I'll work from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. So I'll actually work from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. then take a 20-minute break, go on a walk, like walk up and down the stairs or whatever I'm doing, come back, work for another hour, go on another, and then after another hour's gone, another 20-minute break, and so on and so forth until I've worked my 4 hours. Then I'll go for lunch. That's when I normally start turning on my phone and texting and replying back to people. I do that solely because I want to focus on the most important stuff right at the start of the day, the IPAs, the things that are actually going to make me money, which is, you know, reaching out to business owners, setting discovery calls, sending out emails, sending out the Facebook messages, that sort of stuff, doing my direct outreach basically. So that's kind of how my days are structured. After my lunch, I'll then come back and I will do more like admin-y tasks. This time I'm actually listening to music. Oh yeah, by the way, in my first 4-hour work block, there's like no music. There's just straight ambient noises. Like I actually enjoy listening to like rain noises because I've got like tinnitus or tinnitus, or however you pronounce it, in my left ear, so it kind of drowns that out, and I just bang on the keyboard and get my work done. It's kind of boring. I know you guys are gonna probably start asking for like day in the life videos and stuff like that, which honestly it's really quite boring and repetitive. So that's kind of how my days are structured. So from 9 a.m. I do my 4-hour work block. At 2 I go for lunch, and then I leave the evenings for admin work and coaching calls with my students. Anyway, that's kind of how I structure my day. So yeah guys, I hope you've enjoyed today's video. I've just got a couple of announcements to make before I go. So coaching calls are going excellent so far. Some of my students are seeing and taking in some amazing value from me. Had a call yesterday with a guy called Christian. We absolutely crushed that call. Shout out to you if you're watching this. That was an amazing coaching call. I actually enjoyed that one. I enjoyed them all, obviously. I love helping people. That's kind of why I started doing this whole YouTube thing. So yeah, those who want coaching calls, you know, you can go into the link in the description if you want to. Of course, there's a fee because I need to protect my time. I've not even announced this yet, I've also released a free Facebook group on social media marketing, and starting a social media marketing agency. And I kind of want the group to be us all helping each other out on trying to land their first client and stuff like that, giving feedback on what they've done in this day, how they was able to, you know, reach out to this person, what sort of method, platform they was on, how they reached out to them, what they said, how they actually came about closing the actual discovery call and then closing on the phone, what they said, all that sort of stuff. We can actually share that with each other, and that's what I kind of want the group to be about. So if you want to join that, link is in the description. But that is all for today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.